I am not excited to have to mute the copywritten music, but hey, what are you gonna do? I have to follow my YouTube overlords. But I am very, 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 very excited for this setup here. So, to recap, all right? To recap. Give me 1 second here to click a couple of buttons on ye old keyboard. Got a couple of things to set up here really quickly. Oh, it's wub wub time, baby. Who doesn't like listening to synthwave, though? Who doesn't like listening to wub wubs and synthwave while playing FHM? It's the best thing to do. It's the best thing to do. It's a good way to get hype. And who's not hype listening to this right now? Come on now. Alright, and we are good. We are good, we are good, we are good. Alright, so for those of you who missed it, yesterday, the impossible dream came true. And the Seattle Kraken became Stanley Cup champions, beating the Tampa Bay Lightning in 7 games in the Cup final. And it was at that point that we were going to say, let's take a break from FHM, go to a different sports game. We'll come back in a few months after some patches, maybe do a Draft of Glory. How's that Chargers doing? Sad Sniper, it's great. I don't even have it here with me right now. It's a shame. I'm at the girlfriend's, but it is what it is. As you guys get a look, by the way, as well, like the all-time point leaders and stuff like that. Again, Ovi, retired, finished second behind Gretzky. But again, it was at that point where I'm like, okay, let's take a break. But, we saw on the free agent list that Connor McDavid was available. And we said, you know what? We gotta go for it. We gotta do it. We gotta see if we can get him. And just see what the hell happens from there. And from there, you gotta look at the league news. We made some trades to free up the cap space. We traded Antonio Stranges, Ross Johnston. Screw it, we made this too. We traded Marco Rossi and Jack Quinn to Tampa, who we beat in the Cup final for 3 first-round picks over the next 3 years. Rossi, struggling a bit, didn't really fit the team. Jack Quinn can't stay healthy. We made another deal as well to free up the space as our graceful owner, Jeff Bezos, the second richest man in the world, said, hey, William Karlsson, Wild Bill, we love you, and you won a cup. But what if we just slip you a little something, and you say, I'll agree to waive my no trade? He's sent to Philadelphia for a second. And then, tampering? What's tampering? And then, the other deal that we talked about, of course, if it wants to load up. I don't know why this is going so slow right now. There it is. We sent Antonio Stranges, Ross Johnston, Ethan Del Mastro, and Trevor Wong to Tampa for more draft picks. Because not only did we own Tampa's ass in the playoffs, we own their draft picks now too. So Tampa calls me daddy. Yes, I'm still upset. So now, we look ahead to the free agent list, where we have offers in for some of our younger players. But on the free agent list, we have the likes of Matteo Fabrizi, Tanner Molendyk, but Luke Hughes, unrestricted free agent, and of course, Connor McDavid as well. It would bring us down to $2.3 million left in space. We're offering him $15 million a season. Something like that. I think it's something like that. It's something ridiculous. Are we ready to find out? Let's do this. Let's do it. We will sim forward today. Is Connor McDavid coming to Seattle with Elias Pettersson and Patrick Laine? Seth Jones and Cale Makar, because I'm the best. Connor McDavid has signed with the Seattle Kraken. Oh my God. How am I handicapping myself? Heavily. Because when the cuffs are off, baby, I build dynasties. Oh, Connor McDavid. $91 million deal. The 29-year-old signs 15.28 against the cap for the next 6 years. Connor McDavid comes to the Kraken. As well, Edmonton signs Gabriel Landeskog after losing McDavid and Draisaitl in back-to-back years. We signed Simon Forsmark. Nikita Trutko has yet to sign. Connor Bedard as well. But Connor McDavid has come to Seattle. Fuck yes. Claudio Ardolini, free agent we're looking for, hasn't signed yet, nor has Luke Hughes. Tanner Molendyk, Fabrizi, Braden Dubé hasn't signed with us yet, or Lunacharski. So we have a couple of guys that we're still waiting to hear from as well. Jackson Irving has dropped his agent apparently. Tampa moves Alex Cotton for Jesper Bratt. Jake DeBrusk for Simon Robertson. Simon Acapulco Reinhart. Max Domi traded to Nashville from St. Louis. We got the offer to coach the Swedish national team, who are managing the Swedish national team. They're the third-ranked team in the world. Again, it's not about the international teams right now. If we wanted to do a future run where we do a draft of glory or we only manage a national team, I wouldn't mind the idea of, hey, start with the Luxembourg under-18s and try to get the Team Canada job. I wouldn't mind that. But that's not what this challenge is about. We focus on the Kraken and the Kraken only. As you get a look right now, our top three centers are Connor McDavid, Elias Pettersson, and Connor Bedard. Oh, how the hell can we even afford this? Holy hell, dude. This is disgusting. And not to mention, again, you won't be able to see it right now, we have 3 first-round picks. Tampa and Chicago's. Let's sim another day. A lot coming up here. Pettersson is 100% healthy, which is great. Again, we won the Stanley Cup without him, which is insane. Let's go to July 3rd. Hear from these other free agents. Imagine if we get who else we're looking for here. As Ivan Demidov has signed his ELC. Another day here. We're just about coming up to the draft lottery. Don't have any picks in the lottery as far as I remember. Luke Hughes has signed with Seattle. Yes. Oh, this team is disgusting. Oh, it's so good. Tanner Molendyk signed as well, and Braden Dubé signs his ELC as well. Oh, everyone's hopping aboard the Seattle bandwagon. Seth Jones, Cale Makar, Luke Hughes. Oh, this team. Luke Hughes, by the way, signing an ELC level deal, $925 for 2 years. We gave him a no movement to sweeten the pot. Holy shit. I'm not saying I'm the best, because we kind of took some shortcuts, but it would have made it slightly more difficult. It would have been fine, though. But I'm the best. Still waiting to hear from some of these other prospects. Oh, yeah, salary cap's on, buddy. Connor Bedard signs his ELC, $925 for the next 3 years. We also get free agent goaltender Claudio Ardolini and defenseman Matteo Fabrizi. This is disgusting. The prospect pool, 3 5-star players and a 4.5-star. Couple 4 stars, 3.5s. This team is disgusting. My God. All right. Let's move forward. We have a draft to get to tonight as well. Free agency went pretty well for us, I'd say. Jordan Binnington signs with the New York Islanders. Nikita Trutko signed his ELC, as did goaltender Maxim Lunacharski. So let's go to the draft lottery here on the 6th. We'll see what we got. We have no picks in the running here. Again, our first rounders are from our own first rounder, Chicago and Tampa. So let's just find out how this is going to play out. Will Minnesota move up from 16? No. No, they will not. Brits, it's just the way they had to program it. To be honest, I think it makes it a little bit better. Anaheim at 15, yes. Montreal at 14, yes. Detroit at 13, yes. Boston at 12, yes. Toronto at 11, yes. So no movement as we go into the top 10. Columbus stays at 10. Vancouver stays at 9. Calgary stays at 8. New Jersey stays at 7. Into the top 6 we go. Colorado moves up. So Colorado is one of the top 3 picks. Pittsburgh doesn't move up. Carolina doesn't move up. So the only bit of movement was Colorado. Will it be Colorado, Winnipeg, or Nashville at 3? The answer is Nashville. Colorado moves into the top 2. The number 1 overall pick goes to the Colorado Avalanche. Knocking Winnipeg and Nashville off of their perch, Colorado gets the number 1 overall pick. Which means we pick at number 19, 31, and 32. Jackson Irving signed with Boston, apparently. So that will bring us to the draft. Again, actually, right now in the NHL, prospect rankings, by the way. Apparently it has Brad Norman up there. I want to check. Yeah, we have the best prospect pool right now, too. Brad Norman, Connor Bedard, Lundgren, Hughes, Miroshnichenko. That's what I wanted to see. So again, draft pick-wise, we have 3 first-round picks, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 second-round picks, and an unbelievably stacked organization with 4 roster spots open. Right now, our salary cap's at apparently negative $12 million, but obviously it's because it has everybody on the roster right now, and we can move people out easily. To the draft we go. I don't think we're going to necessarily be able to move up, but in this draft we are targeting one of 2 players, either this forward and Michael Sestak, who has an AC, some injury concerns, not the best player overall right now, but he has that 5-star potential at 18 years old. And then there's also this 18-year-old defenseman in Chris Ferlin, also has some injury concerns. Our scouts have him very highly rated. Again, not the best player overall right now, but pure potential for him. So I'd love to get one of those 2, or this goaltender, the American Larry McMahon, 1-star and 4.5-star. And honestly, he's pretty good already. Got a wicked blocker, good professionalism, determination. So any of those 3, I'd be pretty happy about. The best player in terms of overall right now, though, is Christian Buckberger, son of Kelly, maybe, at 2.5-star. Yeah, he's good. He's good. He's very good. 18 for faceoffs, by the way, as well, for an 18-year-old. So there are some very interesting players in this draft. I just don't think that Colorado at 1 would be willing to play ball and move that number 1 overall pick. Let's find out. I don't have any players in terms of draft rights. What if I were to give up... Well, I don't really want to give up Wally. What if I were to just say Artellini, who we just signed? Yeah, so Colorado's not going to move this pick unless we pay out the ass, so that's not going to happen. So, right now, the mock draft has Colorado taking Rico Schussler, who we have at 1.5, 3-star. We'll see if they take him. So with the number 1 overall pick, the Avs select Chris Ferlin. They knew about him. So from the Penn State Nittany Lions, Chris Ferlin goes number 1 overall. Again, I don't think we're going to be able to get a team to trade here. So Winnipeg at 2 selects Denis Arabkayev. Arabkayev, who was projected to go... Oh boy. Oh boy. 25th. Denis Arabkayev. I mean, AC is good development. He's okay. He's not anything special right now. Definitely a bit of a miss, I would say, though, in terms of being a 3-star player, was it? Yeah, so a bit of a miss there. I will try to talk to Nashville, because it would be great, Tony the Tiger, to get this pick, but I just don't know, man. These picks are always super expensive. Same thing, let's go for Ardellini. I mean, Ardellini, Molinda, yeah, there's no way. Nashville's not going to play ball. So with the 3rd overall pick, we were expecting to see Schussler and Erdogan. They have Braden McBratney going 3rd. Nashville selects the other 5-star prospect we were looking at in Michael Sestak. So they were just too far off the board. We would have had to give up a fortune to get them. We'll see if McMahon or Buckberger stays on the board, but Sestak goes. Again, Ferland was a little bit further down. Sestak was projected to go 4th. McMahon, as a goalie, projected to go top 5. Ferland was down there, though, I do believe. Certainly out of the 1st round. I don't think we'll be able to trade into the top 5, so 4th overall, the Carolina Hurricanes select Rico Schussler, who, again, was projected to go number 1. Decent player out of the gates, nothing too special, though. The consensus had him at a 5-star. Our scouts have him at a 3-star, so no major loss there. And 5th overall, the Pittsburgh Penguins select the goaltender, Larry McMahon. So the top 3 players we want, all off the board. Larry McMahon is gone. It didn't make sense. Like, obviously, we're not going to trade fucking Connor McDavid to get up there. So, our top players are off the board. We still have all these 3.5 stars. And this 2.5 star in Buckberger. There's a very good chance we're just going to trade down a ton in this draft. We shall see. Pick number 6, San Jose selects John Pate, who was projected to go 12th. I mean, our scouts had him a little bit higher than the consensus. AC is the normal development. He's okay. He's quite aggressive. That's about it. Pick number 7. Again, our first pick isn't until 19th. Pick number 7. New Jersey selects Apeli Kilonen. How far down were you projected to go? How far down were you projected to go? Outside of the 1st round, so a pretty big reach there for New Jersey. Our scouts had him as one of those 3.5-star players. No injury concerns. He's got a long way to go, though, in terms of development, for sure. Let's see. Next up, Calgary at 8 selects Stefan Giori from the Medicine Hat Tigers. He was also outside of the 1st round, I believe. Yeah. So a couple of reaches here. It's doing us a big favor, though. Right wing Giori. Our scouts had him a little bit higher than the consensus. Not bad. Pretty well-rounded. Good mental ratings as well. In terms of like the professionalism and everything. That's not too bad. And pick number 9 goes to Vancouver. They take Buckberger. Christian Buckberger off the boards. That's a fucking amazing pick for Vancouver. You know what, Vancouver? Let's talk really quickly. I think you now have the ability to trade him. You do. I would really like to trade for Buckberger. Vancouver, I feel like it's going to be cheaper to get him this way. So let's talk. How would you like this 22-year-old goalie I don't need? Well, let's go ahead and cheese the hell out of this then, shall we? How about Claudio Ardellini and a 4th and a 5th, and you give me Mr. Christian Buckberger. Increase it a little. A 6th and a 7th. Take out the 7th, add a 3rd, because who cares? Vancouver, thank you very much. It's almost as if we drafted Christian Buckberger. Claudio Ardellini and some picks. So much for that steal being for Vancouver. Let's go talk to Colorado about Christian Ferland. Number 1 overall pick. Let's talk to Colorado about Christian Ferland. This might be the easier way to pull this off. Christian Ferland. Let's talk. We're building a super team here, and I want Christian Ferland on board. Molendyke looks pretty good, but if I can give him up to get this deal done, I'll do it. Fabrizi as well. Let's go with a 7th rounder and a 3rd rounder. So 2 good prospects, a 3rd and a 7th. For the number 1 overall pick, it's Chris Ferland. Come on down! You're the next player to join this Seattle Kraken dynasty. Now see, my hope is that I can just send along the footage of this to the devs and just be like, you gotta start programming to neutralize me. That's your goal with these games and your franchise modes, is to neutralize me. And can you do it? Michael Sestak. Let's talk about Michael Sestak as well. Let's go talk to Nashville. I'm gonna own this draft by the end of it. Nashville, I know you didn't want to trade this pick earlier, but I feel like I'm about to make an offer that you just can't refuse. Let's talk about Cest, babe. Cest? Cest doesn't work. Let's not talk about Cest. Let's not. You know, sometimes, chat, you swing and miss. Let's talk about Sestak, baby. Let's talk about Cest. Let's talk about... See, Frank, at least you knew what I was going for, but it doesn't sound right, does it? Alright. I mean, I wouldn't say first-round picks are of lower value. First-round picks are worth a shitload. It's just, do they value the prospects enough after drafting them? The answer is no. Wally Walterholm could be dealt here. I feel like there's other people we could get rid of. Krona, we do not need you in goal. Solid player, but we don't need you in goal at all. Our lowest rated players are Wally and Linacharski, but they're both sick. Let's go for Tuomala. 1.5 and 3 stars. So we'll add in Krona and Tuomala. And then these 3-star potential dudes. Savil's not going to go. Ridley Gregg, at this point, can go as well. And we will add in the 2026 3rd rounder. 2 of them. Done deal! Magnus Krona, Samu Tuomala, Ridley Gregg, and 2/3 for the rights to Michael Sestak. So, the top 2 players in the draft that we wanted are good. Let's go talk to Pittsburgh about Larry McMahon. Why not? Why not? Pittsburgh, you have a goalie that I want. Also, you have a forward in Kondrachuk that I'd really like here, too. Why not? Let's talk. Let's talk. You got a bunch of players I wouldn't mind getting. Hello, Chris. Good morning to you. How are you? Jan Mizak's 24. We can get rid of him. And out of the other 2-star, 3-stars, Forsmark's 22. There's no one else I really want to get rid of there out of that bunch. But I have 1,000 first-round picks. So you can get our first rounder, a second, a second, a second. Okay, let's take out Kondrachuk and just talk about Larry McMahon for the moment. All right, Jan Mizak, a 1st and a 3rd for Larry McMahon, the top goalie in the draft. Chris Me indeed won the cup, and we just signed Connor McDavid, and now we just traded for the top goaltender in the draft. Oh my God. The other guy I wanted was Buckberger, who we already got. So basically, I have all of my top targets from this draft already, and I still have picks left over. A lot of them. Orozco would be a pretty good pickup, and Zabo would be a pretty good pickup as well, because this dude is good to go out of this draft. So let's go ahead and just go next pick. Kairat Zhalmaga... holy shit, let me try that again, Columbus. Kairat Zhalmagambetov. That's as close as I'm getting. Are you good? Not really. Columbus, you can have him. You can have him. He's your boy to love. 11th is Robbie O'Day to the Toronto Maple Leafs. 2 stars. Good luck with that, Toronto. Pick number 12 is Arturo Orozco to the Boston Bruins. We had him at 3.5 star. I don't really need him. I don't really need him. You can have him, Boston. Pick number 13, Drake Miller to the Detroit Red Wings. We have him at 2-star. Not very good. I mean, the only other guy I'd really want here is like Zabo because he's sick. Like, that's about it. See, there's also Erdogan, who was projected to go much higher. He's not bad. He's pretty good. How good's Hudson? Hudson's not bad either. There are still some prospects I wouldn't mind getting. Who took McMahon? Pittsburgh, and then I traded for him. Let's see. Next pick in the draft order is Montreal. They take Braden McBratney, who is projected to go much higher. Yeah, you can have him. You can have him. Pick number 15 belongs to Columbus. They take Ken Stone, which is a great name. He's not that good. My dog's whining at the door. Is it a bad time to say the dog might have to go out? Which would end the stream, most likely. Go lay down for the moment, M-Dog. Pick number 16. Let's speed run this bullshit. Doug O'Daniel, who I don't believe is someone we were targeting. He's not. He's awful. And then pick number 17 is Erdogan, who, again, I kind of like. Good offensive defenseman. He's not the highest potential dude in the world. Let's go talk to Dallas. I want this guy. Why not? And in the meantime, we'll see if Dallas has anybody else that we can kind of raid off of their roster. And the answer is yes. Catan and Erdogan. We also have this dude. Is this Rhett Gardner? It is Rhett Gardner. He's 30 at this point. Emmy, go lay down. I get that you probably have to pee. Give me a minute. Give me a minute, pup. That's what I get for not walking you immediately before streaming, I guess. What else can we get rid of here? 2.5-star players. Like, Master Simone was pretty good this season. Simon Taval, Trevor Zegras. We got a tough call to make there with some of these dudes. I like Maxim Lunacharsky, but he is no longer the top goalie prospect in the system at 1-star, 3-star. I think we can drop him. And from there, let's just see if we can use our boatload of 2nd-round picks. That's not going to be enough. We will add in a 1st from Tampa. Still not enough. Granted, we are going fair enough here. Let's just go for Erdogan then, because that'll push it through. That'll really push it through. The 2nd rounder might not even be necessary. It's well balanced right then and there. Let's do the 5th and 6th next year. And let's get Emmett Erdogan on this team as well. Pick number 18 is Sam Gaynor from Arizona. Not all that good. And pick number 19 belongs to your Seattle Kraken, where we are going to target one of the best players left in this draft, if not the best player, Josef Sabo, who is ungodly offensively. Absolutely ungodly. So he is clearly the pick. We'll actually make that selection. I still have my eyes set. Lutsky at 3-star. He's AD. We'll probably avoid him. But from there, Zach Hudson, worth drafting for the offensive capabilities. I'll add him to the short list. This goaltender in Greg Rempel, probably won't go for him. We have Tanner Gould. And this dude in Ricard Peterson. So really, the only guy I want at this point is Hudson. So let's go pick until human. He's still on the board. And we will, we'll take him. We'll take Hudson with this pick. And at this point, we're basically out of this draft. I do have other draft picks I need to, get rid of here, just to maximize those, because I really don't think it's worth making these picks because the draft from this point on looks pretty empty, if we're being honest. But we can make these moves really quickly. Nashville. Let's target Nashville here, just because we know that they had a pretty poor finish this season. How would you like 5 second-round picks? In return, we will take... Who will we take? I don't really want any of those guys. Do you have anybody like on roster who's decent? That's not Spencer Knight, who let us down tremendously a few years ago, so we got rid of him. They do have, out of these 3.5 stars, they have a guy named Omen. They also have defenseman Shane Scott and Denis Loganoff. Let's take the risk on Scott. Damn, I guess I do have to add in a player here to get that proper feedback. Maybe I won't. Maybe we'll just offer it. Let's see what they think about the deal for Scott. I apparently can't add the salary. Shit. That's right, because right now it has players on the roster. Alright, Nashville I don't think is going to work out for me. Let's go to Pittsburgh instead, who we knew was pretty garbage. They do have this Kondratyk guy available. The offer is too weak. Okay, we're not going to be able to get someone of that caliber. Let's see what we can get. Their first in 2027. Another first down the road. Let's just stack this and see how much is too much. What if we take out the 2027 pick? All right, so Pittsburgh's smart. They don't want to move those high draft picks in the future. At this point, I just want to get out of this situation. We have too many goddamn picks, and I just don't care anymore. The offer's too weak. Are you kidding me? So we're about to rebuild the Pittsburgh Penguins here. 5 seconds for a second and a third down the road. Let's just do it. Why not? Let's just get rid of these picks. And then Colorado will go to as well. Why not? It's at the point where it's the Seattle Kraken charity. Where it's like, we'll just do other teams a favor down the road. Will Colorado move their first round pick? No, they won't. Let's go for their second and third next year. Nope. What about just their second next year? So 3 seconds for 1 second next year. We'll finalize it. That gets us out of the draft. We just move on. We're obviously set. There's nothing else to do there. I don't really care that I just gave away draft picks for basically nothing. Because, my God. The draft preview, Golden Knights, Canadiens, and Ducks were up there. Canucks, Blues, Panthers, apparently amongst the worst. Although, again, who they drafted might not still be on the team. So with that, M-Dog. I am getting the serious puppy eye view. It's unfortunate. As we get a look here at the players in next year's draft, Vladislav Solitic, a Latvian, projected #1 right now, at least early on. So right now, we get a look at this team. I still have some things to do, but yeah. We're going to have to sign some goalies. We're going to have to move some people out. But I think it was mission accomplished. We acquired Connor McDavid. We got all of the top players in the draft that we actually wanted. It was a pretty good day. It was a pretty good day. And honestly, we're just going to offer the ELCs to these dudes right out of the gate. That is how you just absolutely... yeah, we have 5 5-star players. Or prospects. Okay, Ferland doesn't want to sign. He's going to play college hockey this year. Buckberger, we already sent the offer to. What about Sabo? Sabo's willing to sign the ELC. Zach Hudson, are you willing to sign that ELC? The answer is yes. And then Sestak, let's go ahead and sign him as well. So we'll see if these dudes sign. and we will be able to adjust this roster from there. Of course, we have to get to the Hall of Fame induction as well. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it tonight because, again, the dog is losing her mind. And again, at this point, if I was home, I'd just be able to let her out back. But if the girlfriend's here, don't have the liberty to do that. I actually have to kind of walk her around the block at least. So we might have to end things a little bit earlier here than expected. Which is fine by me, because it just means I can get some stuff done in terms of more roster editing, I guess. But obviously having to wait to see what this team is going to be is a nightmare, because I want to know right now. What if we were to call up Master Domenico, and then just for example here, God, yeah, there's so much. There's so much that we have to do with this team. It is so stupidly stacked. I mean, again, we're going to have to fill out the depth through free agency with whatever money we got left, but we are signing those prospects as well. I don't know if they're going to play overseas or in the AHL this season. Looks like everybody is signing, though, which is beautiful. I want to see if we can at least get to the Hall of Fame induction before the dog loses her mind. So what I'm going to do, as we continue to sign everybody, I'm going to cheese this. Again, it's winter time here, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go grab my boots, put my boots on. And that way it's fooling the dog and thinking, yeah, we're going. But I should be able to get to August 1st and do the Hall of Fame stuff. So I'll be back in 1 second. Let's keep this simming. And we're gonna do the best I can here with the fact that we have a dog who might piss on the carpet at any time. She probably won't because she's a good dog, but Alright, the boots have been secured. Now they must go on. While we continue to sim, dog is first. It's gonna be perfect. Perfect, I tell you. Just destroyed my desk with the boots. Everything's fine. Putting on the boots. Putting on the boots. It's gonna be, actually, how cold out is it? Hold on. Might not be able to put on the boots yet. How cold? 34. It's above freezing. I'll be fine with just jeans. I'm an American. Who needs pajama pants under the jeans to stay warm? It's not that cold. We'll be fine. Alright, what has happened? Some of our prospects were chipping in at a homeless shelter. A couple of trades. Jamie Drysdale was traded again. We got our January scouting update. Justin Zegers projected as the top talented dude, so this might not be the best draft in the world. Let's go to the Hall of Fame induction. Unfortunately, that'll be our stopping point for tonight. We get Seth Jones regressing at face-offs, which is lovely. And Nashville and New York made a trade. Jonas Brodin for Kalen Lind and Alex Killorn. Damn. Alright, so at the very least, we get to the Hall of Fame tonight. This is for Furman. Again, the inductees possible. Boris Mikhailov, Marco Tulola, Jan Latvala, Jaromir Jagr, Joe Thornton, Zdeno Chara, Patrick Marleau, Marian Hossa, who should be in already, Ray Whitney, where's my other boot? There it is. Pat Verbeek, Teppo Numminen, Glenn Wesley, Daniel Sedin, Steve Larmer, Bobby Smith, Patrick Elias, Doug Waite, and the King, Henrik Lundqvist. Inductee number 1 is Henrik Lundqvist. You knew it was coming. Hank makes it to the Ho-Chi Hall of Fame first ballot. 951 NHL games, career .917 save percentage, 331 career wins. He ended up actually playing that one season in Washington and then retired. So Hank makes the Hall of Fame. Inductee number 2 is Jaromir Jagr, first ballots. No surprise there. He did not come back to the NHL. He played 1 season in Kladno and then called it. So Jaromir Jagr makes it. Again, no real surprise there. Of course, his NHL stats. Oh, you hush, I'm working on it. Inductee number 3 is Joe Thornton, first ballot. So 3 out of the 4 people we voted for. We will see if Zdeno Chara also makes it first ballot. But Joe Thornton, who played 38 games with the Leafs and then retired, makes it. It's beautiful. Finished his career with 1,600 games played, over 1,500 points. And the final inductee is the Zdeno Chara. So all 4 people we voted for made the Hall of Fame. First year, first ballot. All of them retiring in 2020. Zdeno Chara in his 1 season in... Actually, he never even played for Washington. He ended up... We started this before he went to Washington, so he was still on the Bruins. Finished with over 1,600 games and almost 700 points. So your Hockey Hall of Famers this year: Henrik Lundqvist, Jaromir Jagr, Joe Thornton, and Zdeno Chara. And that is where we're going to have to end things for tonight, because my dog is losing her mind. But we will be back tomorrow, everybody. Hopefully we'll get a little bit more FHM in there, and we will get to see what happens with Connor McDavid at the helm of the Seattle Kraken.